Hey, what's up guys, June here. In today's video, we're going over the week of December 6th, 2021. This week, tough week, finished up on negative 6.83 handles. First trade was along in the Russell. This one was pretty straightforward. We have a confirmed major and we have two minors. They expand, comes back, a bit of kind of like a mountain idea, kind of like bump off of here, or a return to a minor swing using a major pullback. So we have one here. And what ended up happening, I saw this as one move, clump, 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 expand, retrace, stop was working, held, and nope. So really luster follow through. Unfortunate, but you know what? It gave quite a bit of chances to go and it didn't want to. So nothing really too complicated about this trade. Next one, this week, kind of tough week too because there's a lot of missed trades. So that probably reflects some of the less than stellar trades and ideas. Anyways, over here we have, this is the trade. This is, here's my trade and there it is. So I just kind of let this carve out its own thing. I came back down. I'm like, okay. Then as soon as it slapped here, then slapped back, you're like, all right, well, we're range bound in some way or another. We have a breakout range. We're waiting for it to break out or break down. So either way, we're looking for a breakout trade. And breakout trade as in, strong breakout and then pull back. And then there you go. Not, oh, it did this, so sell right away. We have to wait for something specific. Anyways, in this case, one part of the management I've been looking into, or the entry styles for just different swap areas in general, is the double breakout idea. In fact, the double breakout is akin to a press where we have two swings that fall into each other that are the same and then continue and expand out. In this case, boom, boom. I was looking for, I believe, the entry right here, which in hindsight was not a good idea. I was looking for this. This was just a simply missed trade, and this was the actual trade. So, and the target would be an expansion of this breakout range, and it did go to targets. Right. So as I said, I did have this kind of press in progress or this double breakout based on that one. However, it was right here. Unfortunate, missed me by a few ticks and it went without me. And what's good about this expansion in this specific context is that this is nothing but thin air. So we shouldn't have too much to worry about on the left. Anyways, that's the breakout range idea. Oh man, that sucks. All right, so what happened here? We had the along in the ES. So the market's going up. It was going down. Now it's going up, right? And I'm looking to retest some sort of gap. Notice how it came up and started stalling. So even a graceful exit would be proper, but eventually it did fill. But that's too much risk or letting it too long on the table to wait till the absolute target gets filled. Anyways, what ended up happening is I have a last swing broke. So this last swing broke did achieve down here. So this is a valid last swing broke. Came up and it could be a trade right here, right? This is all one move. And this is tricky. For my eyes, I'm not used to this movement, or I'm not as hip to it. Nevertheless, we have something like this, right? So we could take a trade right here, kill zone. You can maybe go on the press, but whatever. This one's a bit tough because we don't have anything. It would have to be pretty much a stop underneath this guy. You could say from here, but this is where it started. So that's why I was a little hesitant on taking an entry like this. However, there was a right side entry. If we zoom in here, right, similar phenomenon. One move, one pullback, right? We're looking, These are mini swings. Pops it, comes back down. This is what we call a subtle swing. And I've been using that to my advantage as of late. And it's been pretty interesting. There's different ways a right side entry can form. It can form pretty obviously, where there's the market's nice and flowy, right? And it swaps it. Then there's ones where it's one move, and you have to really pay attention to the bar level. So that's the trick. And I've been having difficulty in the past, and maybe going forward, but definitely in the past, of having too much emphasis on the bar level. However, it's really the context, right? One move. Well, what do you have to work with? The bars. That's it. So you can do a bar level right side entry. And that's what happened. Enters, you take the trade there based on the last swing broke. Stop, some room behind here, and it just ended up going. This one was fine. Stop didn't work out. And it goes to show that when you're pretty high up on the curve, or pretty high up in the swing process, or in the swing that's unfolding in front of us, stops, man, it's pretty hard. There was a secondary entry that maybe you could have taken, but pretty rough stuff though. We could use something like the double breakout, I suppose, right? You have this swing here, and then you kind of project it here. Yeah, you very well could. So your entry would be right there. You would have to put the stop behind the absolute low of this guy because you have nothing else to work with. Boom. So there, I didn't even think of that. Although this is bar and it looks like nothing, when you take it one swing at a time, even at the bar level, it takes a while to understand this too, because what was this on? Probably 1,000 tick? 1,000 tick. What this move is I don't know what type of bar would be called, but if we had to zoom in, this is what it would be. So we would have this coming up, and boom. And then this is kind of something like that, right? This is a V, right? This bar right here is a V. So you understand that this is a swing, right? Swing. So there was a second chance to enter here. And this is 10 o'clock too. So it's not like it's not like it's too late in the day either. Probably I was a little frazzled by it. And I'm like, screw this market. But sometimes just keep paying attention. Second time's a charm. Pops this, because this was a frequency, right? Look. So there's a confirmed frequency of some sorts. We're no longer doing that frequency. This was a good trade, though, in itself. 100%. Stop was good. Even here, I thought I was safe. It knocks me out. Damn. And the stop's behind this one. Even if to put it behind this absolute low right here, I would have got stopped out anyways. So even if I had to stop behind here, and then re-entry right here would be good. So just a few trades, few things here and there really change it. Yeah, it's a negative 6.83, basically negative 7 stops on the week, but it's still encouraging to see how things can flip around pretty easy. Oh yeah, this is kind of like the bigger context, right? So we have kind of a one line bounce going on here. Notice how we expand. Yeah, we expanded, right? No, I'd say this is more of a grow. So, it's growing or whatever. Whatever the case may be, it decided not to do it. Nice last swing. Swapped it. Notice how this LSB, last swing, it did achieve. I'm not using some internal swings. I'm using this one. Comes back. So could one buy it directly here? Stop underneath this guy? You could, but you have to be up around 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30. Not necessarily feasible for everyone, especially if you're West Coast That'd be very early in the morning. Fortunately, I'm in Eastern time zone, so it's not too bad. Okay, cool. And of course, I was just doing a target up here. Kill zone. We're likely to see some natural sellers, and who knows, maybe we'll pop it down or we'll go a bit more, come back. Doesn't matter. Just, at this point, it looks like it would have been uh, about like a 4, maybe even 5 to 1. Nice trade. Okay, so would be, oh yeah, this one was a little tough because it kept growing. It's a little shaky in hindsight, this trade, but I took it and it didn't work. So what ended up happening, it built a base. What happened? It washed the base. Entry could be right here. I took the entry there and I got stopped out. In fact, I think it did, I didn't have the chart. I think it did end up continuing. Maybe it flipped and I tried to get in. I just couldn't get in. So, well, it sucks really. But at least there's some structure to it, structure to my trading. So it's just this one, grow and grow and grow. I'm going to try to stay away from these until I have a better understanding of them. This was tough holding through this pullback. That's for sure. Oh well, that's the trade. Okay, this one was really Well, I was measuring a press. I had to confirm major, boom. It kind of came somewhat until its kill zone, somewhat. Then this one came up, boom, boom. Didn't work out. This one didn't work out. Again, a left side entry. We don't really have any repeated behavior. So over the Christmas break, I did do, I'm recording these way after the fact, but over the Christmas break, I did consider, look, left side entries for majors or for really big swings, you need repeated behavior. That or the swing or the LSB is really good and there's some breaks, so I'm falling to real nice. All right, well, that's the trade. I already made okay, yeah. So this was really cool. So this is the ITE idea, newly developed, where we have some sort of swing and it fails to do it. So I'm thinking, all right, we're at least going to an expansion. First exit is more than enough. In this case, well, the target was right here and I was targeting down here. So it's a shame. I didn't have working out. Stop management was decent enough. This was overnight too, so I couldn't manage it anymore. Maybe if I had a stop there or there, cool, but I didn't. But overall, I think the trade was fine. Took some heat, but the stop was good enough. I didn't. It was kind of based off of this little pivot here, line in the sand. Like, okay, it's a little, it's not too close to the fire of these guys. Of course, came back, zoom, boom. And really, that's really about it. Really, nothing much more. Of course, this one was pretty greedy. This is already 6, maybe even 7, 6.5 to 1. Yeah, this was trading the PNL because I wanted more out of it. Again, one little decision flips this number around. This could have been, I don't want to say could have, should have, would have, but at least positive. Put it that way. All right, that's the trade. That's it. Over here, what do we have? Okay, so this is more of a mean reverting idea. I'm trying to flirt with mean reverting ideas more now. What ended up happening? Well, came here, boom, a trade right here. If I really wanted to be an idea, it might be a bit too high at this point. Got stopped out, and well, it didn't even go up to target anyways. So nevertheless, entries probably a bit closer to the bottom would be nice. And well, it didn't work out. I got low tick. Stop could be behind here. Remember, mean reverting markets double bottoms are possible. For a trending market, not as much, but for a mean reverting market, yeah. And this didn't work out. This trade was fine. This was like secondary entry. Of course, I was looking, and the stop was a little low, a little high. I wasn't buying a double bottom expansion trade. I really said if it goes any more, it's probably coming all the way back down. If I had an entry here and a stop behind here, fine, but I was really buying this local idea. The problem with it, again, it's a mean reverting market. Double bottoms are possible. So it's pretty hard to say an entry here is justified. So anyway, that's the trade. Didn't work out. Sucks to suck. And over here, what ended up happening, I had the same thing, breakout range. And this is kind of where I'm more on tilt at this point. This is the MES. I'm going short. The other previous breakout ranges all happened pretty much at the same time. And I got some no-fills on it. I'm like, oh, I'm not getting a no-fill on this. I take the trade and I get stopped out. However, this didn't even expand. This kind of rotated back in. So no matter what, this didn't work out. This was overall how I was seeing the market. Bam, bam, expand. The problem with this breakout trade is, well, you got this. So that's really problematic. The other guys, they didn't have this for the breakout range ideas. Of course, we have the NQ. This was earlier in the week. This was flying to the upside. Anything goes. Remember, momentum mode. Ooh. Bam, comes here. We have a base, or we have something. Boom, washes out. Could have the entry right here. Unfortunately, it didn't come back. Pops new high, comes back lower, entry here. In fact, I was debating having the entry lower or having the stop because the stop wasn't really working out for me. Look, the entry is right here. Of course, the swing can suggest stuff, but a return to horizontal structures or drawings are more than adequate if the stop covers it. In this case, it did. And what's the nature of this? Maybe I could have bought a bit lower. Maybe I was a bit more conservative with my stop, whatever the case may be. Stop behind this guy. Yeah, I could see it. This is kill zone entry. Again, if I'm treating this as a press type thing, well, look, I can just put the stop behind here. I think the idea was that I didn't have a good enough stop. I was just watching this and went by secondary, but all right, let's just forget about that. What else can we do with this trade? Well, we do have a right side entry here. So again, this goes out to the philosophy or the idea of a double breakout. In this case, in this case, it was there. So we have kind of about this much area to clear, right? Look at here, boom, bam. Could you trade here? Yeah, you would have got money, but it's not as big, eh? It's not. It's like, is it really a breakout? We have sellers right here kind of redefining themselves. It's a little rough. But if we go ahead and we have this guy, oh, okay, double breakout, bam, right there. So if I really wanted to be more aware of my stop, I could probably got, that's a 60. That'd probably be around a 60 tick stop, maybe around like the 58 mark, which would have been a 2 contract load on the NQ or the MNQ rather, and entry there, target, over here. I have taken this type of entry before where it's kind of like a press. It coincided with an FOMC statement release. It was the MNQ and the ES. I took trades on both of them. I think it was the ES that was most similar to this type of area or this type of trade. It was a few weeks ago, maybe a few weeks ago. Was it? Yeah, a few weeks ago relative to this week, which would be the week of December 6th. Stuff happens and you live, you learn. Okay, again, similar stuff. We have the MNQ going about, just me being chicken on a few trades. A bit hard too because we have the blue. It's going on the blue. It really is. But then we kind of have some in-between swings. And, again, this is that type of thing where it's one move, one pullback, kind of a micro pullback right here, swap, entry, that type of thing. A little high, entry could be here. Whatever the case may be, there was trades available. All right, next trade. MNQ. Okay, yeah. So again, this would be the breakout range I was talking about. It broke out. Double breakout, really. In fact, it's pretty strong. Double breakout. Unfortunately, I didn't get filled. Nothing really could be done or said about this. I think this was perfectly fine. Yeah, there was maybe a potential to enter, say, a bit lower, based on kind of where it really gapped from. But at the end of the day, I'm okay with it. Other things to take note of right here. This was the LSB. Why is it the LSB? Well, this swing achieved successfully, and if you pull it like that, then we have two like swings. Then it could have suggested taking the entry a bit lower. That is something I'll have to research and confirm at a later date. But it was there. It really was. Oh well, this is no fill, and there's nothing much else. And that's the end of the week. That's the thumbnail. So this week really is characteristic by really just look at pivots, be more in tune. I'm not gonna do any more comments. I think it's fine. It's just a few trades, man. A few little decisions here and there. That's it. That's all it takes to make this a positive week. Yeah, some trades are not really ideal, but there are some trades that you can take that will offset any kind of really mediocre trades you do take. So, throwing up any comments, I guess, we can just have a good reminder, It only takes a few decisions to flip a negative week into a positive one. So just kind of words of wisdom, words of inspiration, of motivation, if you will. Yeah, there has been enough said over this course of this video. I'm starting to internalize it slowly. Of course, in real time, it's a little bit harder. Money's on the table, nerves are firing, but it is what it is, and this is the trade. This is the journey of trading. So that'll be it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Till next week, adios.